Gamecock Nation, we back once again with another podcast, Completely Cocky. It's your boy Darius, and we got us a little guest speaker today. Josh, you care to introduce our guest?
This is Baby Love. This is Baby Jenna with us today.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Great win last week against South Carolina State. From a defensive standpoint, I think it was a great game all the way around. Stopping the run the way we did with our D-line, our linebackers, and even in the secondary. Creating turnovers on defense was something that we really needed to improve on, and I think we did that these past 2 weeks. So we could carry that momentum into this week against Kentucky, creating turnovers, because our coaches always tell us turnovers come in bunches. So getting those turnovers was a big key for us, because that's one thing that we didn't do great at. And to have the opportunity to do that was pretty exciting as a defense as a team, honestly, from a team standpoint. But from an offensive standpoint, Josh, what do you think was standing out? Like, what was improved? Like, things like that?
For the most part, just being able to call plays and stick to our game plan and just go out there and dial things up against those guys. Like I said, non-conference or conference game, you never want to take any game lightly. And those guys definitely came to play. I know a lot of people may say, it was a little scary in the first half or yada, yada, yada. It was, just staying locked in and just sticking with the game plan and being able to go out there and execute. Like Coach talked about, like on Tuesday with the keys to win, it all came down to the line of scrimmage and those big boys up front being able to dominate the line of scrimmage. So we're going to be able to run the ball as efficient as we did and, be able to take some shots as the game progressed. Like I said, we had a few turnovers, which is never good. But like I said, you can't look at those like the season's over with or, a freaking atomic bomb don't came down the field and nobody can't play anymore. Like you said, it's next play up. And being able to, let you guys have the confidence in the defense and know that, they'll be able to, shut that offense down and we can get back on the field as quickly as possible. But all in all, just being able to score points whenever we had the ball, being able to take our chances, take advantage of opportunities that we got. Like I said, you guys start creating turnovers, and I think every turnover you guys created, I think we scored some type of points off of it. So that's always good to do. Just overall, just being efficient, as we was Saturday, and we just got to keep it rolling going into Kentucky this week.
Yes, man, I agree. I mean, a 50 to 10 game. I mean that's just dominating. That's what we pride ourselves on, is dominating. Because we got Spencer going 21 for 27. I mean, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. I think he played a great game as well. I mean, Marshawn as well with his 80 yards and his touchdown. And of course, you got Jalen Brooks, who also had a great game. 3 receptions for 61 yards. So from looking at it from the defensive side, we know our offense really executed well to have a game that they had. I mean, even looking at the box, I mean, scoring 8, 14, 14, 14. That's just being an efficient offense. And then the defense are not allowing no points in the first half, only 7 in the third and only 3 in the fourth. That's where we dominated the fourth quarter, 14-3, and that's one of our keys to victory that we have. So running the ball was pretty efficient. Stopping the run was great from the defensive side. But you always got something you got to improve on, honestly. Whether it's tackling, whether it's maybe executing a route, executing a coverage. So, I mean, we're always going to take a win as a win. South Carolina State being the national HBCU champions, I mean, they're a good team in some kind of aspect. So commend those guys for coming down and from Orangeburg and giving their best shot, because that's what we want. We want the best shot from every team. So it was great for those guys to come and put on the show that they did for their fans and for their program. So let's go ahead and jump into Kentucky a little bit. Kentucky coming off of a loss against Ole Miss. They were undefeated previously. What do you see from them as from a defensive side, Josh? I could talk about the offensive side a little bit in half the year.
Well, without a doubt, like I said, what they like to say. They remember what happens in November. So Kentucky coming off a loss, I can tell you that they're gonna be ready to play at home, back in their home stadium, and it's gonna be one heck of a game. But those guys, man, they play they're well coached. They play hard. They got this big boy number 0 freshman. He's like 6'6", like 260. It's a big joker, man. So at the end of the day, me playing receiver, obviously, I don't want to deal with anything that big, but hopefully I don't end up around that guy. But yeah, man.
So from a defensive side, looking at those guys, they run a pro-style offense. They pride themselves on running the ball and taking shots when they can. They got a freshman receiver number 2. He also returns kicks for them. He's a speedy guy. And I'll be honest, when you see freshmen playing, those guys are actually pretty good because you don't see too many freshmen just come in and start playing. So to see a freshman receiver such like himself, who's explosive and has some speed to him, to come out and returning kicks for them and getting some reps on offense, that just shows that he's a good player. So that's not a guy you can just say, oh, he's a freshman, man, we could handle. Nah, he's playing for a reason. But that's everybody on the field. They're playing for a reason because they're good. So, but looking at their offense, they do pride on running the ball, running that pro-style offense. Their quarterback is very good as well. He wants to when he can throw it, he's going to throw it. And they like to take shots. That's one thing about them. They're going to take some shots during this game. And as a secondary, we're going to have to be disciplined and limit those explosive plays. So with those guys, I mean, you just got to be disciplined and execute your job. So that's one thing we're going to take into this game is executing our job as a defense, from the D-line to the linebackers to the secondary. Our D-line, coming off these last 2 weeks, have improved tremendously, especially with the young guys getting some reps. So that we can use those guys as well to help us. And the linebacker group, with the second batch of linebackers that went in the game, Debo and Bam, like those guys, and Stone, like seeing the young guys get reps is really going to help us out in this game, because we know that we can count on those guys, even though that they may not get as many reps. They can get some reps to help us win this game. And in the secondary, of course, you got Nick Evenwari and DQ Smith, who are freshmen who came in. Just honestly got thrown in the fire, honestly. Threw those guys in the fire. And they're having a great season as well, especially Nick, man. I saw a stat with Nick. Nick is tied number 1 in the SEC with solo tackles at 29. So as a freshman doing that, it's really impressive. Yeah, man, definitely. And so as a defense, we just got to go out there and do our job. And speaking of defense, I was out for the past 2 weeks with a hamstring, but I'm back this week. Honestly, man, I'm just back. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, I'm back. Well, yeah, man, I'll be back this week against Kentucky, man. I'm ready. I'm just ready to get back out there, honestly.
Darius, who will win between you and I in a 40-minute ride at Cycle Bar?
I'm pretty sure I would win. I mean, I'm more explosive than you. I'm not going to lie. I ain't no faster than you. So I'm pretty sure I would win.
But it's not about being fast. It's about durability.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So I
got a
feel like
lot of endurance.
I'll probably win it.
It's all about who has the most endurance. Well, we may have to solve this at some point, but listeners, we want you to know that Cycle Bar Forest Acres exists to invigorate. Their riders come to feel alive and to live in the moment because they know whether they ride in the best class or just starting out, Cycle Bar is where they belong.
They are driven by music, not swayed by fads. They offer the best premium indoor cycling in Columbia.
Your first ride is always free at Cycle Bar, so visit their website at cyclebar.forestacres.com and book your ride today.
We're telling you guys, it's an awesome workout, but also a good time, so check them out. Cycle Bar Forest Acres is located within the retail outlets of Cardinal Crossing on Forest Drive.
So
how was that?
Bro,
2 weeks out, seeing all of us out there playing, and you just on the sidelines.
Bro, I'll be honest with you, it's hard. It's hard, bro. That's like that's I can't even describe it, bro. But it was like looking at everybody play. It was like, dang, I want to have fun too. Hey, but best believe I have my towel. hey, as soon as Bam got I'm waving it. Just go. Hey, so, but that's just the thing about it. You get an opportunity to sit back a little bit, even though you're hurt. Doesn't mean you don't improve your game from a mental standpoint. So I'll say that's one thing about it. Sitting back a little bit, I was able to learn the game from a mental standpoint, get some different reps mentally. I got mental reps with that. And just learning football, of course, like always learning football. So I'll say that was my experience on sitting out these 2 weeks. And of course getting back healthy. But other than that, man, Kentucky, they're a good team that is going to bring their A game, physical team. We're a physical team as well. So it's going to be a very physical game at 7:30. So can't wait for that. Excited to just to go out there and compete, man.
ESPN, man, y'all need to give us some 12 o'clock games, dog. Getting us these 7:30 games, having people wait up in the hotel all dang day, man.
Hey, man, the fans want to see us play.
Ready to play.
Man, the only time we should have 7:30 games if it's at Willie B.
Right.
That's it. Nothing else. Under the lights at Willie B.
We're going to be in Kentucky all weekend. God.
Yeah, man. Speaking about that offense, I know it's news that went out about the O-line coach, Coach Atkins, man. I mean, it's football. Honestly, it's a very draining game, not even physically, but mentally. So we understand that sometimes you just got to step back from the game a little bit to get your health right. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is your health. So your mental health, physical, no matter what it is. Because this game, you're not gonna play this game long. This game, I was told by Demo, this game does not love you back. So you got to get what you can out of the game because at the end of the day, nothing's guaranteed with this game of football. So we still check on him periodically to make sure that he's doing fine. And his son as well, who's currently on the team, we check on those guys, let those guys know that they're family. And we got their backs no matter what. But, yeah, with Coach Atkins, prayers out to him, and hopefully everything is still going good with him.
So,
but yeah, man, it's gonna be a great game. Honestly, bro, that's just my opinion of it. Honestly, two physical teams, two explosive teams in the pass game, run game, and two physical teams from a defensive standpoint. Honestly, man.
It's really gonna come down to who can execute. Who can execute and take advantage of the opportunities given. Like you said, if we're the more disciplined team out there, we will come out victorious. We just gotta do our job and listen to what coach tells us and be able to adjust on the fly. Because every game is different. Like you said, I promise you, their offense gonna have something totally new that y'all ain't seen before yet. and their defense is going to show something that we haven't covered. It's impossible to go over everything that you can, try to prepare for. So it's pretty much just who can be the more disciplined team, disciplined players, the more disciplined coaches, and just go dial up and go play. It will be a fun game though. Might be a little chilly. So if you're coming on the road, make sure you have your little blanket.
Bundle up. Bring you a puffer jacket.
I can't wait though, man. It's gonna be fun.
Oh man, come on now.
Another chance to go play football on the road. My question: how do you feel about road games, Darius? I know we're going off topic.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I love them. I love road games because it's an opportunity to go play in somebody else's stadium that you ain't never played in. Play football in another state you ain't never played in. So that's
mind you, we have played in Kentucky before, but
yeah, of course. But
I know
I never played in Arkansas.
That was my first time. So I'll tell you, every time I go to a away stadium, right? I think the only stadium I haven't been to was Alabama and
No, I never been to Alabama. No, I've been to Alabama.
I haven't been there. Obviously, we haven't played there.
I only been there for a camp.
Yeah, we haven't. I went for a camp as well. But I'm talking about playing there. I haven't been to Alabama and Auburn. I think those are the only two places I haven't been. But I tell you, every time I go to an away stadium, I love, when I walk out, taking videos of how the stadium is. I just go back and look back on the memories and stuff. I feel like it's pretty cool. That's the first thing I do when I get up in the stadium. I record it and just hey, I'm about to come make some plays on this field.
Exactly. All right, guys, we're gonna hop into some questions that we were sent. Our first one is from Joseph McLaren. What NFL players at your position do you model your game after? Josh, I'll let you take this one first.
NFL player at my position. I would like to say I like watching Keenan Allen. I like watching him play. I like the way he runs his routes. Keenan and definitely I definitely like watching OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. I feel like I got a mix of both of them, both of those guys. It's a lot. It really is a lot. But I do like watching Keenan Allen. I like watching Keenan Allen play, and him and also Justin Jefferson. I would say I kind of got a mixture of all three of those guys. But I definitely do like watching those three play. Hopefully Odell can get back on the field as soon as possible after his second tear. But I do like watching those three play. I like watching all NFL receivers play, but those three I kind of feel like I maybe those the most.
I'll say for me, it's three. You got Jalen Ramsey because of his physicality. I'd watch JC because he's good at pressing. He's good at pressing, and that's one thing I still try to teeter with sometimes. And Patrick Surtain, those three guys. And I watch a little bit of Jair Alexander. But I'll say from a physicality standpoint, they're all physical. Don't get me wrong. But Jalen Ramsey, what I've seen from him, physicality from JC as well, and his footwork that he has when he's pressing, and then Patrick Surtain, the plays he makes on the ball. I'll say I watch those three guys the most in all three of those aspects. We got another question. It's from LA. What is your game day superstition?
You answer that.
I'll say my superstition. Oh, dog, this is a good question. I never thought about it. My superstition though, I gotta do my routine. I feel like if I miss a beat during my routine, it's like I don't feel comfortable. I gotta go to a certain spot on the field each time. I go to the goalpost first, get my little punches in. Then I go to the back left of the end zone, or I'll go to the far corner of the end zone in the back, away from wherever tunnel we come out. So at Arkansas, the tunnel was on the left. I went far right, and I got to go to the back right corner. So I'll say that's my superstition, because like I got to go to a specific spot every time that I'm on the field.
I guess mine would be in warm-ups. As soon as we get there and I go out on the field, just warming up, I listen to these two songs, these first two songs that I always listen to, and I let it go on shuffle mode. I would say that is one. And I have 6 bracelets that I always wear, and they're always like 3 on this side have to be on this side, and the 3 on this side have to be on this side. So I guess those would be my if I had my bracelets, I think they're in my room, but I would definitely kind of like read them to you. But
Gotcha.
That's what I have to have one.
Make sure you guys continue to send your questions in. Thank you for listening to another podcast of the Completely Cocky. 7 or 7:30? 7:30?
Either 7 or 7:30. I don't know.
7:30.
Our budget be tuned until 7 o'clock.
There you go. Just tune in. Got Kentucky in Kentucky on the road. SEC road game is always the best game. So go out there and compete. So go out there and compete and come out with a W. Not gonna say try. So 7:30 Saturday against Kentucky. Fans that travel, be safe on the road as you guys travel to the game. And we appreciate you guys for taking that trip always. And those who may not be able to make the trip, just watching at home, we appreciate that as well. So once again, it's your boy Darius.
And your boy Josh.
Peace.
Peace out, folks.
Yeah, this is perfect.